Hello guys. Have you ever asked yourself that why the more substituted alkenes are stable and also they are highly reactive at the same time towards electrophilic reagents? For example, I have drawn a series of alkenes. As you go from left to right, the number of substituents are increasing. So we all know that as the number of substituents increases, the stability of the corresponding alkene molecules also increases. So as we go from left to right, the stability also increases. So if the stability increases, then why the more substituted alkenes behave as a very good nucleophile in electrophilic addition reactions of alkenes? So as we go from left to right, the reactivity also increases. The reactivity towards electrophiles also increases. So why this phenomena happens? Have you ever asked yourselves? If you know that, then it's very good. But if you don't know, then this video is about to discuss those factors which are responsible for these two contradictory observations. So let us discuss how the stability is achieved by increasing the number of substituents. So if we consider this alkene, then we can also draw the structure like this. This is the CH2 group, and here is one carbon hydrogen bond which I have shown. So now if this double bond and this carbon hydrogen bond are at a position where the p orbitals forming this double bond can interact with the bonding orbital between this carbon and hydrogen atoms. So if we draw more clearly, then the situation will be like this. So these two are the p orbitals which are forming the double bond, and this bonding orbital is a sigma bonding orbital of the carbon hydrogen bond. So now we all know that for ethylene, two p orbitals forms two molecular orbitals. One will be the bonding, another will be the anti-bonding. Two atomic orbital, two molecular orbital. We all know that. So what will be the structure or what will be the orbital presentation of the bonding orbital? It will look like this. The phase will be same for the adjacent p orbitals, and for that reason they will overlap with each other, and there will be a overall bonding interaction between them. And the antibonding orbital will obviously have a node or a nodal plane. So if the phase of this p orbital is like this, then the adjacent p orbital should have the opposite phase, and hence there will be a overall antibonding interaction. So since the pi bond system contains two electrons, so the two electrons will go into the bonding orbital and the antibonding orbital will remain vacant. So now if we consider this system, so since this antibonding orbital, which is the pi star orbital, is vacant, so it can accommodate some electron pairs via bonding interactions. So here the carbon hydrogen sigma bonding orbital already contains 2 electron pair, which are the bonding electrons between the carbon and hydrogen. And the antibonding p orbitals will look like this. So the pi star orbital and the sigma ch orbital can interact with each other, and this will result in a net stabilization. We can also show that by formation of molecular orbitals. So here will be our pi star orbital, and here will be our sigma ch bonding orbital. Since this sigma bond contains s character in it, so it will be more stabilized and it will be lower in energy than the pi star orbital. So the sigma ch contains 2 electron pairs, the pi star is vacant. So if there is a interaction between these two orbital, then 2 molecular orbital will be generated. And now if we place the electron pairs from sigma ch bonding orbital into the newly formed molecular orbital, so you can see that there is a overall stabilization. So this stabilization is achieved when there is a interaction between this sigma ch bonding orbital and the pi star antibonding orbital of the double bond. So as the number of CH3 groups are increased, this type of interaction will also increases. So as we go from this compound to this compound, this compound to this alkene, and as we go from left to right, we can see that number of methyl groups are increasing. So the overall stabilizing interaction between the CH sigma bond and the pi star antibonding orbital is also increases. So this results in a overall stabilization of the mode substituted alkenes. So if there is a carbon-carbon single bond, suppose we have a tertiary butyl group attached with the double bond. So here the carbon-carbon single bond or the sigma carbon-carbon single bond orbital can also interact with the pi star orbital. So the situation will look like this. These are the two CH3 groups. So this is the sigma bonding orbital between carbon-carbon. And this is the antibonding, pi star antibonding orbital. So we can again see that there is a stabilization via the interaction between these orbitals can take place. So carbon-carbon or carbon-hydrogen sigma bonding orbitals can essentially interact with the vacant pi star orbital of a double bond, and thereby stabilization of the alkene molecules occur. So this is the fundamental reason for the stabilization of the alkene molecules when there are more substituents. So how their reactivity increases when the substituents increases. So this is the stabilization explanation of the stabilization. So now we will discuss why their reactivity is also increases. So we can draw the alkene molecule again. And we can draw the orbitals involved. Here is the carbon-hydrogen sigma bonding orbital, and this is the two p orbitals involved in the pi bond making. So in the previous case, we have discussed the interaction between the sigma bonding and the pi star vacant orbital, which produces a net stabilization. In this case, we have to consider the pi bonding orbital, not the pi star anti-bonding orbital, but the pi bonding orbital of the double bond. And if there is a interaction between the pi bonding orbital of the double bond and the sigma bonding orbital of the adjacent carbon hydrogen single bond, then there will be a overall destabilization of this system. So we can also verify that from molecular orbital theory. If we draw the orbitals, here is our pi bonding orbital, here is our sigma CH bonding orbital. So it will be sigma CH bonding orbital will be lower in energy due to S character, and it will be obviously higher in energy but lower in energy than the pi star orbital. Okay, so now if there is an interaction between these two orbitals, two new molecular orbitals will be generated, and this electron pair will now come here, and the pi bonding orbitals also have two electrons. So these two electrons will go here. So total 4 electrons are there. So after the formation of new molecular orbitals, these 4 electrons will fill up the newly formed molecular orbitals. So the first pair of electrons will go to the bonding orbital, and the second pair of electron will go to the anti-bonding orbital. So now you can see that there is an overall destabilization of the system, since the filled anti-bonding orbital is higher in energy than the pi bonding orbital. So there is an overall destabilization of the system after the interaction between the sigma bonding orbital between carbon hydrogen single bond and the pi bonding orbital of the double bond. So as the number of this type of interaction increases via more substitution, so here only one CH3 group is present, all the 3 hydrogen atoms, all the 3 carbon hydrogen single bonds will go into this type of interaction. So if the number of CH3 group increases, we can see here as the number of methyl groups is increased, the destabilization, the amount of destabilization will also increase, and it will make the alkene molecule electronically very rich. And after becoming electronically very rich, they will behave as nucleophile. So this is the reason why their reactivity towards electrophilic addition reactions with electrophiles is accelerated when there are more number of substituents attached with a particular double bond system. So this is it. I hope you have now understood the factors which affects the stabilization of a double bond system and reactivity of a double bond system also at the same time. So this is very interesting concept. I hope that you have understood it. So thanks. See you in the next video.